Yo, good morning. Good morning. How's it going? How's it going, Randy? Can you see me? So, looking like pre-market range for me. I want to see us break out of this pre-market range. Right now we're like dead in the middle almost, so kind of just waiting around here. IWM, like they're all the exact same. 282. Like they have some room to previous day low, but like not too much. 738, 737. So SPY not really. Q's a bit more. 708, 704. Yeah, like there's a little bit of room pre-market low to previous day low. But so far we're just ranging a little bit. I want to see a 15-minute candle closure above or below these zones. So right now we're just in the middle. So no rush yet. We've had quite the bounce from the lows. We've had a huge bounce from the lows. Lows of 700 to 720, so a $20 bounce. So I don't know, man. Like this is quite the move pre-market. Quite the move. So let's see what happens here. Kind of just waiting. Can't rush it right here in the middle. There's nothing here yet. Welcome, Sam. Live Gold Trader, what's up, man? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Let me know if you guys are seeing anything. So far, like my three are just ranging, right? Like we showed the big reject here. So I have this big zone on SPY. I got this zone on SPY, which lines up with pre-market high. So this is going to be like my top watch on the upside. I want to see SPY break above this gray zone for me. I want to see a 15-minute candle closure above this zone for me to go long. And short, there's not much room from pre-market low to previous day low. So I want to see previous day low snap for me to go short. I want to see previous day low snap. So these are my two zones right here. And then we got room to previous day high. So we got 744, 745 basically, big psych number, 745, all the way to 752. So a lot of room. We got like $7 of room. If we can break these highs, that's gonna be my top watch. That's Rory and Turk. Legacy Football, what's up, man? Egg up, what's up, dog? These boys are going at it already. Good job. Nice and early on a Monday. Thanks for being on, boys. So that's going to be my top watch. If we're going to be ranging in the middle, there's nothing here for me yet. So let's see. It's Monday morning, and I don't want to be doing something stupid first day of the week here. So I'd rather wait. I want SPY to prove to me that it's going to break out of this gray box. Pre-market high, gray box, 15-minute candle closure, and I'll go long for sure. That's a great watch. So let's see what happens. What's up with you guys? Anything? Randy, Agop, Live Gold Trader, anything for you guys today yet? Boys, if you haven't liked and subbed the page, please do. Or join the Discord. We're in the Discord every day, all day. And I'm live every day, so if you haven't subbed, please do. SoFi, nice. Randy's always finding the nice stuff, man. Let's see, Randy, what you're into. SoFi. Little recovery bounce. What's the scanner saying about SoFi? Previous day high. You got some room to previous day high. What else is happening here? MU. What a recovery by MU. Nice, man. Nice. I didn't grab some. I want some AVGO, but I want a little bit further down. I want it to get to like 375. AVGO is going to be a big watch for me. 375, right this zone right here. AVGO 375, I would love some. Nice hole number too. Nice psych number 375. Pick some up. Start loading into that one. MU, yeah, that was nice. Fuck. MU got to 860. Big drop. Let's see what happens, man. Let's see if the market recovers here. The war talks seem to be ending for now, apparently. So that might help, but let's see. 15-minute. I want to let the 15-minute decide what's going to happen. You're long on gold from 43.30. Nice. Let's see what gold's doing. XAU, USD. Nice long, 43.30. Nice. Yeah, good little reclaim here on gold. Good little reclaim. Let's see if it can hold for you. Do you primarily trade the gold? Only the gold or what? Gold got beaten up a little bit. I'm long silver for a while now. I've been picking up some silver. Let's see what it does. Only gold, yeah. Nice, man. It's good, dude. Like, learn the ticker, right? Learn how it moves, learn how it behaves, and I think that's the best way. Like, for me, like, I primarily trade these three, IWM, SPY, and Qs, and whichever one triggers the system for me, that's which one I take. So I like focusing and dialing in on just a couple. For me, it's a great strategy too. IWM looking pretty weak. SPY, yeah, SPY too. SPY tried to break that highs and now it's failing pretty good. This 15 is going to close in a minute and a half. So, let's see. Minute and a half across the board for the 15s. So closing pretty weak, but still like in the middle of the range. So we're literally dead smack in the middle of pre-market range. Been greedy, yeah. It's a hard one to fight, right? The greed bug ain't easy. Greed bug ain't easy, man. J Money, what's up, man? Should have held your puts on Nvidia and Qs. Yeah, it's hard, right? Like, I don't know. We just bounced so hard. We're up $20 on the Qs, so how much further is it going to go? I don't know. We could just range, like, when we have such a big pre-market move, like, it gets choppy, right? It gets choppy after such a big move. So for me, like, previous day low, short side, pre-market high, upside. And it could take a bit for that to happen, right? It could just chop for like the next hour or for today, right? If it chops between previous day low and pre-market high, I'm not going to take a trade, I don't think. So It would have to be decisive and strong, or I can't take a trade. Yeah, it's tough to call it right now. I think the best call is to just let itself figure it out. Like, let this thing sort itself out. Right now, it's just dead smack in the middle, right? Like, nice weak candle here, but like the EMAs are starting to cross here. You can see like the last line of defense is going to be this 200, right? Like the EMA cross, like the bullish EMA formation, right? 13, 48, 200. They're fanning out. They're all spread apart. The bullish formation, like the right way to form. And then you see the cross right here, 13, 48. So bearish momentum is sort of coming in. And then now we got that last line of defense here, the 200. So, and then the 15 definitely confirmed. I mean, like the 15 is super weak. But I just don't like trading in the middle of pre-market range. It just seems way choppier, lower probability. So I'm not going to take it. But typically what I look for outside the levels is this sort of EMA cross, break of the 200, which is the last line of defense, and then the retest, which is happening right now. But again, like in the middle of pre-market range, so I'm not going to take it. But just sort of what I look for every day with the EMA system. This could work, but... yeah, I think patience is going to be the right call today, J Money. I think patience is going to be the right call. I don't think taking a trade in the middle here is the right call for me. Like, look at that bounce, right? Like, typically, outside of level, this works, like a lot of the times. So, good no trade on that for me. Typically, this works, but pre-market range is just choppy. Just choppy. Hey, Gup, how you doing on the day, bro? What's happening? Legacy football today's supposed to be bloody? I don't know, man. I mean, we had a massive bounce. So, and then Trump apparently got Israel to stop bombing. Apparently they agreed to no more bombings. So I'm assuming that's why the market bounced the way it did. So who knows, man? Who knows what's gonna happen? One tweet away from this thing either surging or tanking. Kind of how it's been now for months. It makes it more difficult to trade. Like, levels aren't respected as much, and things that are supposed to work, you just get bent over. So yeah, we're still like, this is not a shorting environment. We're up $20 on Qs. Like, I'm not looking to short this thing until it breaks a level. I'm not shorting anything or longing right now, right? Like, I don't know. Like this, like that reject was pretty big. So for me, I'm not looking to long anything or shorting anything right now. Pretty choppy looking, if you ask me. But yeah, like overall, we're moving up, right? Like higher lows, like you said, but what's it gonna do? If this pre-market low, previous day low, give it up, I think we go down to the next level. I think we target 733.50, and then the next zone I got is like 732. But we'll see. EMAs are starting to flip. They're trying. Up here, this little cross right here, it's trying. Yeah, I watch the Q, the SPY, the IWM, but I trade the futures. So I'll trade the MNQ, MES, M2K. M2K being the IWM, MES is the SPY, and then MNQ is obviously the NASDAQ. So, but I chart everything on just these, and then I just piggyback off this. Like I don't really chart off the futures charts. I like charting on these. They're the exact same. Like whatever happens here is gonna happen on futures, and I just enter off the futures. So I'll just watch the cues on my screen and I'll enter off this. So holding the 200 for now, but until these EMAs flip again like bullish, and there's no long for me yet. You could try to scalp it off to 200, but like I don't know. I don't like it once this crosses over and we're in the middle of pre-market range. I don't know, man. Kind of choppy, but you can see like how the 200 held, right? I kind of just go back and I just see like how which EMA is the most respected on the day. And I can see how respected the 200 is. Like, look, if you can look back, like, look at this. Every time it hits it, it respects it a lot. So, like, when I come into the day, I look at what EMA is being respected the most, and I kind of just play it off that EMA as, like, the one that I should trust the most, right? So, like, again, being respected here on this bounce, I just want to see these EMAs sort themselves out. Yeah, Randy, I know, right? Like this, after such a big move, like we've seen it so many times, huge pre-market move, and then it just becomes a little choppy. So let's see if it can sort itself out. But the 200 is holding so far good. Like look at the respect on the 200. Since Friday. Or since yesterday. Since yesterday, the 200 has been respected really well. So it looks like it's doing it again. My MRTN. Which one's MRTN? Ooh, nice. Martin Transport. Randy, you got the craziest stocks, hey? Look at this. Like I never even heard of this thing. Nice chart though. Since May 12th. Nice trend. Really nice trend. So that 200 so far is holding well. This is going to be like one of the last lines of defense here, because if this breaks, you can see how many times it's been respected. If it breaks, it could hit our previous day low zone. Sure looks like this 200 is going to hold. You can see it's like holding really well. Your 200 level is coinciding a daily level from 520 from May 20th. Oh yeah. I see it right here. Little pivot, yep. For sure. And right here too. May 18th. Yep. Yep, that 200 is moving from that level for sure. I nibbled on STLD at previous day low, risky but tight stops. What'd you do there, Randy? A long off previous day low or a short? That was the breakout level, ascended to all-time highs. Yeah, it makes sense. So it's obviously a significant level. I personally remove levels off my chart if we break through them. You know what I mean? Because all the orders have been smashed through. So you can see, like, I do mark pivots, but like big zones that have been smashed through like this, all the orders have been taken. So all the buyers and sellers are gone from those pivots. So they kind of reset themselves and make new pivots and new zones after that. So I remove them from my levels, or else my charts would just look crazy. And I feel like this simplification for me just helps me a lot. Pre-market zones, previous day zones. And if those pivots have not been broken through, I'll keep them. But if they smash through, then I'll get rid of them. And I'll kind of just mark previous day low. Like, this is a good pivot to mark. And I had it marked, but we broke through, and now we just got pre-market high, pre-market low. It's kind of how I do my zones these days. I find they always come back to them when they resulted in a strong reaction. For sure. It's definitely possible, man. 100%. A lot of these zones do come back, for sure, because people do keep the markings on their charts. For me personally, like in my system, very simple stuff for me, man. Previous day high, previous day low, pre-market high, pre-market high, pre-market low. 15-minute candle closure above or below these zones, I'm going. Like, regardless of whatever anything else tells me, I'm going. So for example, here, like we don't have much room between pre-market low and previous day low. Like, we have a little bit of room, but in a scenario where we have this much room to previous day high, pre-market high, like, I'm taking that for sure. This one, if it's clean and it doesn't hit my zone before it retests, then I would take it too. But if it just smashed through that and it just hit my zone, I probably won't take that because it bounces off my zone at that point. So very simple system for me, and it just helps. Like, that just helps me in my brain. I like simplification. Like, if I have a bunch of lines on my chart, I'll start to overanalyze, and I don't like that for myself. Minute close, the last candle. Don't diddle in the middle, Randy. Yeah, exactly. Don't diddle in the middle. So it technically is not, like, it's not a 15-minute orb because, like, I'll show you an example. So, like, let's say we break and we close like that. This is a 15-minute candle break and close above pre-market high, right? I'm not waiting for this 15-minute high to break again to go long. I'm waiting for a retest. I want to see a retest come back here like this and then go. You know what I mean? So, like, if this 15-minute candle closes up here, I'll switch to the 2-minute. And then I'll come back in here and I'll wait for the retest. Or if the EMA is like right here, then I'll grab it off the EMA. So if it's extended and the EMA is above the level, I'll take the EMA. But if the EMA is below the level, then I'll wait for the level, if that makes sense. So I'm not waiting for a break outside that 15-minute orb. I want to see a break and close above or below my level, and then a retest of either my EMA or my level on the 2-minute, depending on where the EMA is. If it's below the level, I want the level. If it's above the level, I'll take a reaction at that EMA if it gives me a good reaction. So I'm waiting for a retest. That's right. And the 15-minute just essentially just keeps me safe. It just keeps me safe. Because, like, we'll have a lot of sweeps, right? Like, if I watch just a 2-minute, I'll have a nice, beautiful candle above, close, another surge, and then bang, a slam down. And if I switch to the 15, I'll just see a big wick like this. I'm like, well, shit, I should have just waited for the 15-minute to close. So I watch the 15 just for confirmation, basically. Like, if I get a nice, strong close like this below pre-market low, for example, and it didn't hit my zone, and let's say it, like, lands here, I'll switch to the 2-minute and I'll wait for a retest. And if it's clean, I'll take that retest to pre-market low to previous day low for sure. As long as it doesn't hit my zone first. So we're just going to see how this thing shakes out. So far, dead in the middle. Like Randy said, don't diddle in the middle, and I don't like diddling in the middle at all. So avoiding a lot of chop. Like look at this. It's just choppy right now. SPY is back below the 200 now. See what it does. Close below the 200, really strong. So more of a waiting game now for me. SPY here, yeah, look at that. SPY finally, like, it closed really strongly below the 200. It did here too, but it's a big candle right underneath the 200. Big little immediate retest at a 200. Now if it gives it up, that'll be the first like significant pullback here off that failure of the highs. So let's see. That 200 is the last line of defense. I think SPY could give it up here. Maybe. But if it quickly reclaims these highs, like, super choppy. Like, this should have failed. There's that 13, but sure looks like it wants to fail. It does. Keeps retesting. It's got VWAP. It's got the 200. It's got the 13 EMA. I think if this 13 crosses over to 200 and then it's slow, like the bearish EMAs start sorting themselves out, I think this thing will probably go a lot lower. You can see like the 13's creeping up to that 200, so it's trying to cross the 200. There it is. So I think if this 13 crosses the 200, I think we're going to flow down to the pre-market low. It's creeping. See if it does it. Like the EMAs are starting to fan out to the bear side though. You can see, right? Like these are starting to fan out. After that cross, they're starting to fan out. So I think if the 13 like starts crossing to 200 too, I think this is going to go. FTI stair stepping. Nice. It's choppy, man. It's looking choppy. $200 holding us up again. You guys taking anything? I know Randy, you're going deep for sure. Randy's always got his hand in 20 things. FTI stair stepping, nice. I'm waiting. I'm gonna wait. So far, like the EMAs are trying to go bearish, but 200's holding up us really strong here, so I'm just waiting. See how it goes. Like it could do this all morning. And if it does, I'm not going to take anything. IWM, exactly. Look how ugly the IWM is. Wow, I'm going to take that off my chart. Qs, same sort of thing. Literally the exact same thing. So 48, this has to hold. If we want to go downside, this 48 has to hold down. If it starts going above, this is probably going to go up. Because that 200 held really strong. Yeah, looking strong. Looking strong. QQQ break, retest 716. I'm going long. Me too. 716. Oh, 716. Let's see. $716. Oh, that's up here. That's this pivot right here. Yeah, not a bad call. Not a bad call, my friend. It's a good pivot. Here's that opening price. We're retesting that opening price right now. So clearly a lot of resistance here. Look at these sell-offs. Look at these sell-offs right here. So let's see what it does up here. We reclaimed. Like the EMAs are now crossing. You see that? So they're crossing now. Not on SPY though. On Qs they were crossing, not on SPY. SPY is still bearish for now. Let's see. One sec. Yeah, so this is, I don't know. Let's see what happens here. Big retested at 13. Big wick off that 13. So yeah, above all EMAs here. Let's see. I think if this thing fails and it comes back down here, I think it's going to flush hard. I think it'll flush hard. If we come all the way back down, I think it's going to flush hard. But I don't know. We reclaimed all the EMAs, so it's tough, man. It's just choppy this morning. And like again, like a $20 move pre-market. Not surprised. I said that in the beginning. I wouldn't be surprised if we went sideways. Would not be surprised. Are you guys trading this stuff? You're already long? J Money, nice. Out 40%, sweet. What was your entry? Was it off the 13 EMA retest? I guess it would have been right here, huh? Right here off this pivot. Are you doing options? 718 break or fail should decide the day. All time frames reject or break out from that point. Yeah, let's see, man. Let's see what happens. So far, we're holding that pivot. We're above the 48 now, so above all EMAs. But it has to go, or if it flushes, I think it's going to go down to pre-market low. That's my guess. If it flushes back down, it's going to go to pre-market low, I think. But we're bull flagging like right above this pivot and the 48 now, so odds are it continues up, but let's see. Sure, looks like it's building, right? Like, look at this big flag that I see right here. Just see this big flag right here. Or downtrend channel anyway. So it looks like it's trying to curl outside this channel. It reclaimed all the EMAs, so I don't know. It has to go. It has to go. If it flushes, I feel like it's going to continue flushing. So I don't have the 13 in, but I have a pivot at 716. Oh, your Qs, yeah, 716. Yeah, that pivot for sure. Yeah, definitely. Definitely pivot at 716. 15-minute broke above and 1 minute retested and held, and I went long on the second 1 minute candle above that level and sold into 718 retest. Nice. That's a good trade, man. That's a good trade. It's a reclaim of that pivot, so it's a good trade. BBY on fire. What's BBY again? Whoa. Best Buy. Randy. You had all the stocks, man. Your scanners are on fire is what it is. Randy's got a system dialed in with his scanners, man. Use that guy in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, use Randy, man. That guy's on his shit for sure. So it looks like it wants to curl outside this channel here. It better not fail though. for the long side. If it does, so we're trying. We're trying. I think it goes. I think it goes. Like, it reclaimed all the EMAs, and now we're bull flagging right above this channel. I think it should go. It should go for sure. So I think maybe the way this kind of played out, reclaim the EMAs, breaking that downward channel, that downtrend channel, I think maybe we can finally get some movement here. You can see how, like, we just kind of rested for a while, and now we're getting some momentum back to the upside. I think if it breaks with conviction above this zone, nice closure above that zone, I'm definitely interested in the long for sure. So I'll wait and see here. Yeah, no, Randy is the scanner for sure. Randy is the scanner, man. That guy, yeah, he's always posting crazy scans on in Discord. BWAP being at 716 helped. Yeah, for sure. Nice move. Nice move to pre-market high. So let's see what happens. I want to see SPY above this pivot now, though, for me, because we already rejected that pivot. So for me, since we rejected that pivot, I have to see SPY above that zone, or else we just could meet the same fate, and I don't want to. Like, I don't want to force that. So like Qs is one thing, but SPY has to break that level too. If SPY is like just below while Qs is breaking, I'm not going to take Qs, because if SPY rejects, Qs is going to reject. QQQ are extending its way higher rate that if it continues, I'm looking for a rejection here at 720 or the bottom of previous gap fill at 724. You gonna play the rejection here? QQ are extending at the way higher rate that if it continues, I'm looking for a rejection here at 720. Could, man, it could, but I don't know. It's looking strong to me. It could easily reject because of where SPY is too, right? SPY's got a lot of room still. Still got $1.50 till we hit that high anyways, but we'll see. Let's see what happens. We got 4.5 minutes on this 15. If SPY was much below, I would take Qs long, but if it gets close to that rejection point, then I will not be taking Q long. Look at SPY. SPY is, I don't know, this is just so choppy, man. This is just so choppy. That's why I just watched the 15. I don't even expect much anymore for the rest of the day. Like, it's almost 11 a.m. Eastern. Nothing's happened. So it has to happen soon, or I'll probably call it, to be honest. Like, if SPY doesn't do it, I'm probably going to call it. And there's Q's, that rejection again. J Money, this is your rejection right here. It's kind of doing it right here. Kind of rejecting. Yeah, 718 coming in right here. Love F milking premium. Nice, Randy. What's F doing right now? It's pretty steady, hey? Like, F is such a steady one. 1502, yeah. Just not really doing much besides staying at 15 was a big level for F too. 4-hour candle needs a flip. Red for me too. Interested in a short. For which one? J Money? Oh, for Qs? Four-hour, yeah. We still got a gap fill below too, right? Like, look at, like, this is just a giant retest. Like, if I don't use the EMAs, sorry, I don't use fibs, but like, if you were to use the fib, now we're retracing up to the 50% mark. I don't use fibs, but like, I mean, just looking at the chart, look at this big, like, this is just such a big drop that, like, this is just, you know, a big flag kind of playing out, right? I don't see this doing a big V recovery. I don't. Not today anyways. So, not a bad call, man. Like, that pre-market high is almost at that 50% range. So, let's see how it shakes out. But yeah, like, look at this sell-off. How much further can it go? 722. We got a big pivot right here at 722. SPY rejected. SPY all the way back down underneath the EMA. So, yeah, I don't know if it's going to happen today, guys. I don't know if it's going to happen today. For me anyways, like, it doesn't meet my system, so I don't know. I'm not going to force it. This is when I take losses, when I start forcing these kind of trades. Like, look at that reclaim. again. Like until these EMAs start spreading out super clearly, there's no trade for me here at all. That 15-minute candle closed below with a big wick. So let's see, man. Let's see what happens. Okay, Q's is going. Q's is going. Okay, the EMAs are starting to fan out here. Gotta watch the SPY at the same time, because if it gets super close to here, I can't take the Q's. That's looking good, man. So I'm going to be watching Q's now, because Q's is looking solid. So pre-market high right here. Nice rejection. So we created this little wall. We created this little wall right here. So I want to see a nice convincing break and retest of this zone. We tried to break down so many times, and even that last attempt on SPY, again, tried to break again on SPY, and it couldn't. Like even just right here. Bang. Could have even trapped some more shorts there. And then just like so many buyers right there. So I feel like now, based on what I'm seeing, I feel like now it's going to start going. I feel like the move now is going to start going to the upside. I think. That'd be my guess. I think now is going to be the real move. Finally, after all this rest. But let's see. Let's see what happens. I feel like this thing's going to go finally. So let's see if we can get some clean retests of this zone. Kind of waiting here. I want to see some holds. Looking pretty good. SPY is nearing that zone right now. SPY is nearing that resistance zone, so I want to be patient. Randy, you short ETR? Nice, man. Moment Moment of truth. Got the acceleration up to 718, but I need to crack above 720 without much resistance for it to be valid. Let's see. Above 720. Yeah, so this pre-market high. So let's see. So far, retesting that pre-market high and this pivot high right here. EMA hasn't caught up yet. Here's that little flag. It's trying to hold. EMA still hasn't caught up. So that retest so far is working. I kind of want to see a bit more though. Because SPY is nearing resistance zone. That's a good hold. Nice. Okay, so we got 7 minutes left on this candle. I want to see SPY above that zone. That immediate retest was nice. Pre-market high, high of day pivot. So that was pretty perfect. Now I want to see 15-minute candle closures here. See if we get momentum on this thing. Randy, I don't know if that question is for me. Did you sell calls for your Ford? I don't have anything yet for Ford. I only bought shares. For Ford. Only a nibble. So immediate retest looks good, man. Looks good so far. But we got time. Now that it's sorted itself out, I feel like there's going to be more opportunities now to buy. And we got 6 minutes left on the 15. We'll see what SPY does here too. Here's another retest coming in. This time right at the 13, it looks like. So 13's catching up to pre-market high, which is what you want. In 100% going short. If they push 724 on a normal day, I would have gone in just now. My autocorrect does not exist at this point. Yeah, no worries. Good to have J Money in there helping out for sure. Yeah, man. I love having J Money in here. This is great. So this looks good from the Q standpoint, but I'm just like thinking SPY is right near its resistance point. It's the weaker of the two. But let's see what happens on this Q's. Q's is about to close in 4 minutes. EMA's caught up to pre-market high a day pivot. So this looks like a really good retest, and we can start de-risking when SPY reaches its next resistance zone, which is that pivot high that we got. So let's see how this thing shakes out. 13 EMA catching up again. 15-minute candle closes in less than 4 minutes. So I'm gonna wait for that close because I don't want this to be a sweep. I'll be right back. I'm gonna hit the bathroom real quick. Okay, so this Q is in play now. So Q's is definitely in play. We got SPY about to break pre-market high. We got 2 minutes left on his 15-minute candle. So this is looking really good, man. This is looking really good. So I want to see some retest of this 13, and I'm going to start averaging into my position. It took about an hour and a half this morning. And we called it, right? Like it was choppy. So this now activates the system, activates my system. So I'm going to start looking at some longs pretty quick here. We got a minute and a half on this 15. Randy's the man. Thanks, Randy. All right, so we're finally in play here, guys. Finally in play. So look at the 15. This is what I wait for. 15-minute candle closure. It's about to close in 46 seconds. So we're getting ready to go long finally. And whatever happens, happens, right? We accept our risk. 13 EMA is going to be our stop. And this is going to be our gray zone right here. So this is going to be the buy zone right here. Oops. Don't want that. Disregard that. Okay. SPY closed above pre-market high perfectly. Super solid candle. So here we go. It's finally in play here. Now let's wait for that retest, and then we'll get along here. Now the EMA is above the level, so tap of the 13 is what I'm looking for here. Tap of the 13. Hopefully it's close to pre-market high, so then this way the pre-market high could be my risk. If it's super high above, then it's going to be the 13. And look at the EMAs, right? 13, 48, 200. This is now showing momentum is fully in. It's not like, look at this. This is trash, right? This is trash, 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 bang. Now they're fanning out how you want them, right? We called out that 200 from the beginning. This was the last line of defense, right? And like all day held so nicely. So that was the last one right there. This would have been a sick long, by the way. Sick long. We knew that had to held. But yeah, let's see what happens here. So I'm really happy I waited. Really happy I waited. That was good patience. And now it seems obvious, right? Before it didn't really seem so obvious. Could have went either way. Now it seems like this is the higher probability trade here. So I love it. I love this trade. Yeah, J Money, you're going to short, eh? At 724? Yeah, it could be, man. Could be. But we got a lot of room till then, so I'm looking to buy some dips here. I want to buy some dips. And if I got $3 room till you're short, I'm cool with that. Got a lot of room here. Okay, just need that retest. Just need a retest. So hopefully she gives us a nice retest here. And if you're watching, if you haven't subbed to the page, please do. Please do. I go live every day. Or join the Discord. This thing better give me a pullback. Come on now. Give me a nice pullback. SPY coming into that pre-market high here. SPY potentially coming into pre-market high. From what I see. SPY is doing an immediate retest here pretty quick. Let's see if it holds. Okay, this SPY has to hold. Or it's going to pull the Qs down with it. We don't want to see SPY fail. So SPY is right at our box, at our gray box here. And now below pre-market high. So that's not great. That's not great. See, we got this big high right here. Look at the drop from this high. So significant point for sure. Okay, it's trying to hold. There's that hold on SPY. Hold on SPY. SPY has to hold this pre-market high. Q's is really strong. Q's is really, and it's clean. It's clean and strong. Let's see. So immediate retest on SPY, pre-market high worked. Still want that Q's retest. Still waiting for this retest here. Lines perfectly with this down candle right here, so I want to retest right here. What made me pick the CMA? I just saw it on Twitter a long time ago, and I just implemented it, and I've been using it ever since. It just makes a lot of sense to me, right? Like it keeps me safe too. Like this is, you could just see like how they're just braided together. This kept me from going anywhere with this thing. And then as soon as now it's fanning out, now the momentum is in. It's obvious, right? So I really liked it when I saw it a long time ago. So IWM is also looking pretty good too. Nice EMA system on the IWM. SPY is still kind of struggling at this gray zone. Still kind of struggling here. I want to see it outside these highs. I want to see SPY outside these highs. And I want to see a dip at the 13 here for Qs. I want to get that dip at the 13. Super valid attempt here. Best one of the day in my opinion. SPY flagging, but let's see. Still waiting for that Q dip. What I don't really love now is how SPY is just rejecting so far. Just this high that we have here. See this big resistance point right here. We got SPY, this big resistance point right here. So I do love all of it. I just want to see SPY above that zone. And if I were to enter SPY here, it'd be small risk. But it looks okay here. Looks okay for long here. Just waiting for a second. Qs, man, so strong. Just a perfect little trend up. Yeah, SPY is definitely fighting for sure. That's what's kind of keeping me from doing anything right now. It's just the SPY. Like, it's flagging really nicely here. I really like SPY, but I don't know. Q still has to give a dip buy. Q still has to dip. It's MNQ, this one right here. MNQ. I really like this hold on SPY. I really do. It's a nice flag. I'm tempted to just go 2 contracts here, but I know Q still has to dip. It'd be a stop below this candle right here. Q's is just way cleaner. MNQ, this one right here, MNQ M6. That's the micro E mini Nasdaq. Micro E mini Nasdaq. So what I'm thinking here is Q still hasn't given a dip. SPY still hasn't broken that high. When Q dips, SPY dips. Again, will be another reject of this high. But on the flip side, it's just flagging so nicely here. It's just flagging so nicely above pre-market high. Just not A plus though. It's just not A plus with where it is right now. So if I were to take this, it'd be really small size, to be honest. It's not a size on type of trade for me. I will try Qs, but it's probably going to be really small size today. Just to how this is all unfolding, right? Here's another retest of this pre-market high, but if it starts like closing below and failing, like that's not great, man. That's not great. Like if this was playing out above this gray zone, it'd be super nice. It would be very nice. Like, want to go long here. I do. Right here. Let's see. It'd be small. Be a small 2 contracts here. It's flagging so nicely. It's a nice bear or it's a nice bull flag for sure. Q still has not retested the 13. When Q's does, this thing drops a little bit more. It's coming in slowly, which I want. I like the slow retest. Those are the best. Slow retests are the best. See how this thing unfolds here. Q's still holding. I need the retest on Q's. Look at this little flag. Waiting for the 13 to catch up. So, I don't know. I love this attempt. At the end of the day, I waited an hour and 45 minutes for this. So this is going to be my only trade of the day. So I'm happy with my patience. I'm happy with following my system. And if it doesn't work, I'm not going size on this because of where SPY is. SPY is rejecting that gray zone again. It's still at pre-market high, but it still hasn't cleared that gray zone that it rejected from this morning hard. So not A plus. Not A plus. So I'll just go 1 contract, little nibble. If this flag starts to form and break, then I'll try it, but the 13 will be my risk. Not A plus. Not a size on trade because of what SPY is doing. So let's see what happens here. Waiting to go long. I saw the surge off the 13. Waiting. Finger on the trigger here. Looking to go long here on Q's. MNQ for me. Stop will be below this yellow line right here. Okay, I'm long 1 contract, potentially a re-add. If we get a curl and we get some holds, I'm going to re-add some more. Let's see how this thing holds though. I want to see this thing hold nicely. I want to add another one. Okay, good hold. Good hold. We got 25 seconds left on this candle. I want to see how this thing develops here. And I'm looking to go long 1 more potentially. I want to see hold because we could get more 13 EMA retests. This could be at least another 1 or 2 retests, right? Usually we get the flag break and then we get another retest and then it goes. So I would add another one there, but waiting. I don't want to add too soon. Because SPY at the end of the day is still rejecting. So let's see. I don't want to be too far from my risk. Flag break is in. Looking to add. Okay, I'm adding 1 more right there. That's my second add. QQQs, 2 minute. So I know what my risk is, and I'll look to de-risk at 2R as always. I'll take off some at 2R. See if I can get it. If not, I stop out below these candles right here. See if she holds. Okay, let's see some wickage. Let's see some wicks off this zone. Best play of the day for me. Easily the best play of the day. So SPY, again, like we talked about this is the reason why this is not A plus and not a size on type of trade, is because of where SPY was. So SPY has to reclaim for this thing to go. Let's see. So another retest of this 13 here. But we came down pretty good. Like, that was a pretty good candle to come down to. So there was no wicks like this. But SPY is the only thing going to potentially mess this one up for us, like we said in the beginning, right? So let's see. Not a size on type of trade because of where SPY was. So this 13 has to hold, or I'm going to get out. Let's see if it wicks off and gives us that next move. If it doesn't, I'm going to stop out. Yeah, SPY, man. SPY. SPY's holding us down, right? That was that gray zone. So if this thing rejects, it's because of SPY, and that's why it's not a size on type of trade, right? So Q's, this 13 has to hold. It's got to hold us up here. This would have been a good add spot, but I already added here, and again, like, not going to add too much size because of SPY. Okay, good hold of that 13. So 13 holding us up. 13's looking all right for now. Let's see if we can get that move up. It took SPY now. SPY reclaimed pre-market high. So it's looking okay for now. I really wanted to add here, but I just hated where SPY is. I just don't like where SPY is. I'd like to add one more, but I typically would add one more here. But I just don't want SPY to reject here and then bring us down. So I'm not going to do it. Just gonna hold off on these two. Like, look at SPY, right? SPY still at the zone, but same time, it's flagging at that zone. Another rejection. So that's why I didn't add. 13's got to hold. If not, I'm going to get out. Okay, we closed below the 13, so not great. Not great. Okay, I'm out.
Order filled.
Yep, I'm out because, man, like the SPY, just such a bad area for that SPY. And that's why I couldn't go size on that. It's unfortunate, but I knew that's why it had to be a small size trade, small risk, right? Yeah. Such a big move pre-market. SPY being where it was. Just not great, right? Look at this rejection. Ultimately should have probably waited, but like Q is looking really good for a retest. Like usually this works, man, but like SPY being where it was, just not great. So probably gonna pack it in. That's 0 for 1 for me, but like just not an ideal day. Not an ideal day. This could work too, a pre-market high retest at the 48, but I don't know, man. Just not ideal. SPY rejected hard, so probably for me, that's going to be it. And just come back strong tomorrow, right? Not push it on a day that's not ideal. Not an ideal day with that big pre-market move. So 0 for 1, but either way, I love the attempt. Attempt was good, but it just didn't work. So I'll be back tomorrow, guys. I'm going to call it here. And hope to see you guys tomorrow. All right. Have a great day, and thank you for joining. Peace and love.